There are multiple flexibility assessment tests that can be used to find out an individual's range of motion for certain joints. Before beginning any of the flexibility assessment tests, an individual must first do a 5 to 10 minute aerobic warm-up. The Canadian forward flexion tests look at the flexibility of the hamstrings and the lower back, and uses a measuring box pictured here. The subject must remove their shoes and sit with their feet flat against the box with their back upright and the head looking forward. As you can see here, the feet will be flat against the box, and with one hand on top of the other, the subject will slowly reach forward with both hands as far as possible and hold this position for 2 seconds. The hands will push the measuring device with both of their hands. The knees should remain extended but should not be pushed down by an assistant. As the subject reaches forward, they should exhale. The best of 2 scores is taken. And as you can see here, these are the categories based on what you get. You could categorize where you stand. And for the YWCA sit and reach test, the first step is placing a 10-inch wide piece of tape down 15 inches away from the subject. The subject will remove their shoes for this test and will place them at the base of the tape, with them being at each end of the tape. And as you can see here, they're going to be separated. And follow the same steps as the Canadian flexion test, but instead of pushing the measuring device forward, simply move both hands on top of the yardstick when reaching as far as possible. And both of these assessment methods are used for younger populations. And as you can see here, you hold for 2 seconds to get the reading. And here are the different percentile rankings you could find yourself in based off of your results. For the chair sit and reach test, the population target is older adults. The chair being used must be 17 inches in height and placed against a wall or a sturdy surface behind it to keep it from moving. Shoes don't need to be removed for this assessment. One leg will be extended and the feet should be dorsiflexed, while the other untested leg will be flat on the floor. The head should be kept in normal alignment, and a second person will be needed to hold the ruler to measure the distance. If an individual can't reach their foot, they will be scored in the negatives, and the distance from the foot is taken in inches. If they could pass their foot, the value is positive and the distance is covered past the foot. If they could barely reach the top of their foot, the score will be 0. For the Thomas test, it looks at the flexibility of the hip flexors. The subject will lie on the back in the supine position. They will bring one leg towards their chest while the other leg remains flat on the floor. If a person can bring their single leg towards their chest and their tested leg remains in full contact with the mat, they will be counted as flexible. If they are not able to do so, they will be counted as non-flexible. And as you can see here, slightly off the mat, so this will be counted as inflexible.